We're here at the premiere of Recreation, speaking with
David Merriman.
David, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. So we have an interesting crime thriller that is based off a true story. Tell me about your involvement or getting this picture off the ground and into the theater today for its premiere.
So myself and Jim, probably about 3 years ago or so, started working on a project. No funding, no money, just the two of us going around with a camera kind of shooting a documentary. And Jim had already done some previous work on this topic, and we uncovered some new information. We started hiring private investigators, FBI agents, blood spatter analysts, forensic information.
Sure.
Start discovering new stuff, and that drove us on to try and get the thing funded and make a film, which took us a long time.
Sure. Well, how are you feeling leading up to the premiere day?
Excited and nervous, but more excited than nervous. So delighted to be here,
Okay. So for this story in the history of Ireland, would all of Ireland know this to be as one of the more prolific stories, crime series? Yeah.
I would say it's probably the most famous murder ever in Ireland. I mean, there's been so much coverage on it. I mean, Miss Du Plantier was a person of consequence in France, and her husband being famous, Daniel, obviously. But also, it was a terrible tragedy that's never been solved. So I think it's multiple documentaries, news reports, thousands of news articles written about it. So yeah, everybody know what it is,
So since you were doing the research on it and developing it, do you have any ideas? Did you discover anything possibly that could lead to help for the officials, for like the Garda?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, lots of stuff. Some of it we handed into them, which helped launch the cold case review that's now on nearly 3 years.
Nice.
New witness identifying somebody. Don't know if that person did it or not, but and also this unknown male DNA basically been found on Sophie that isn't Ian Bailey's. And so with technology today, you'd hope that maybe this would drum up enough stink that they test that DNA and figure out who it belongs to.
Yeah. Thank you for taking the time, sir. So we know that you have an incredible career in making films in Ireland, especially with Daniel Day-Lewis and whatnot. So Recreation, tell me a little bit about your thoughts of this film before going into the premiere.
It's kind of a hybrid. It's kind of investigating the kind of idea that what's the truth? Where is the truth? Has the truth moved out of cinema, out of the world? Are we in a fake world? It's involved with all those kind of thoughts.
Yeah.
And I think since we left film as film and went on to digital, everything's manipulative. The picture moved from behind your head in a projector to on the surface in front of you, and everybody knows it's fake. Mm-hmm. And that's very difficult belief system crashed. And I think it has had a very profound effect on cinema.
Yeah, and we hope that you enjoy your time here at the premiere here at Tribeca.
Okay, thank you.
And speaking with
Maya Juric.
Maya, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. Tell me about your experience on Recreation.
It was a very intensive shoot. We didn't have a lot of days to shoot it, but we gave it 200%. Jim's an amazing director. He's an actor's director. He really knows how to direct us, and it was a wonderful experience.
You're talking about the pacing, how moving quite fast. Were you just on small turnarounds, long days, and a couple locations? How did it work?
We were all in one location mainly, and it was just 12 people sitting around a table discussing a murder case, so there's a ton of text, and we were having very long takes, so that was very intense.
Is it a reminiscent of 12 Angry Men type of thing with a courtroom drama at all, or is it a completely different type of film?
No, it's definitely reminiscent of 12 Angry Men. Okay. So it's a little homage to 12 Angry Men, and why not? It's an amazing movie. So,
based on real events, what kind of research did you do to understand your character, getting ready to play it for Recreation?
Well, Recreation is the film about the murder case of a French woman who was living in Cork in Ireland, so Sophie Toscan Du Plantier. And yeah, I did a ton of research. There's a lot of research out there, a lot from Jim as well. He did some documentaries on it. There's a lot of podcasts. So I listened to, I think, 2 or 3 podcasts, watched a couple of documentaries. So yeah, I have a lot of information on the case as well, and some background information from Jim as well.
Interesting. Final question for you is, you said that the director is an actor's director. In your own words, how would you describe that, working with an actor's director, understanding you, emotions, giving space, or how would you describe being an actor's director?
Well, the thing with Jim is he is an actor himself, so he understands the process that's going on in our head when we are acting. So mentally, he very quickly connects to you. He knows what's going on mentally with you, and he's able, with very subtle shifts, to direct you in a very bold direction, if I dare say. So, yeah, that's it.
Speaking with
Tristan Heanue.
Tristan, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. Tell me about your experience on Recreation.
It was amazing working with Jim. I'd been a fan of his film since I was a kid. You know, he's pretty well known in Ireland. So to work with him, it was amazing to see how he works with actors. Was a once in a lifetime opportunity, really.
Tell me about the character that you played on Recreation.
So my character, I'm jury member number 2. I'm at the start of the film. I'm very much for that Ian Bailey was the murderer. Throughout, I become slightly conflicted by some of the stuff I hear, and I'm forced to make a decision towards the end, you know?
Yeah. So jury member number 2, there was no name that was given? Is it?
No names, no. We all just kind of had, John was number 3, Vicky was number 8. We just kind of, we all had, I did want a name, you know, it looks better on the IMDb.
Well, I mean, for those that see it, they'll understand if there's no names, and everybody is not named, correct? So tell me a little bit about the subject matter so audiences can get an idea of what Recreation is about.
Well, it's based on a very famous unsolved murder from Ireland. A French film producer called Sophie Toscan Du Plantier was murdered in 1996 in West Cork. It was unsolved. There was one prime suspect, who was Ian Bailey, and this film kind of interrogates the trial that never happened, you know, and the evidence that was never seen. So this is kind of a fictitious trial of what may have happened if he was brought in front of a court, and what might have happened.
Well, we hope our audiences are able to check it out and be intrigued by the mystery. And in closing, what would you like to say to Tribeca for the official selection of this film this year?
Well, it's a huge honour to be here, first time at Tribeca. Thank you for selecting the film, and I really hope that the audience enjoys it.
Thank you so much. Have a great premiere.
Thank you very much.